Today is March 7th, 2025. Yesterday on the 6th, I had went to Bob Evans on 62, where I did that tape last night about how I got sick, how I got well, how Strange pushed Danny to suicide, okay, and how that my Strange made up 6 months later after a track back accident. I had nothing to do with to cover up Tim and Katie. It had nothing to do with that family 6 months before that their child got killed in an accident. Her father ran a stop sign into a semi. Okay? They were already vacationing down to Florida. They were buying her and her sister's husband buying big trucks, going on vacations where they got Bill's inheritance money, and then she got all that big money from the auto insurance where her father ran a stop sign, killed their kid. They already had money. Now they had a ton. They were vacationing it down to Florida, buying big things, her and her sister's family, okay? So when Strange made that lie up on me 6 months later, it had nothing to do with that. Didn't affect them either way. Right? Right. Some guy came in, Bob Evans, and said I listened to what she said. They were already vacationing up in Florida. I don't want to hear a word out of that family's mouth again. Oh, they were bullshitting you. Bullshitting you. Playing you like a fiddle. They were playing that agent like a fiddle. And that agent knew that. We're talking about the federal government. Okay? He knew they were bullshitting him. You gotta think, somebody would die in January. Somebody call somebody, now it's in a traffic accident, the other person doesn't even have anything to do with it. July or August, somebody just calls, oh, you're a faker. I mean, lie. Does it have anything to do with what happened in January? No. They're not even connected. That guy said, I told that family I didn't care. I didn't want to hear one word about them again. Them trying to tell everybody how it made them feel when Strange called her a faker. They were pulling their leg. And I found out they were already vacationing up in Florida. They're buying big things too. 6 months later, honey, had nothing to do with them. And then you got to think them going, he even said, I heard they went to an agent and told him how it made him feel. And he told people he didn't care they were drug beating, raping her because of it. How not funny this is. Oh, other people in there were talking. You do realize the FBI knew that all those doctors from before were lying. It's the government. That's why she's a notary and everything else. Yeah, they are the government. Like they said, they were wondering what these people were doing and what those involved in with those doctors committing fraud before. Scary the thought. They were telling people they were paying those doctors off to falsely diagnose me. Almost killed me. That's real scary. They shouldn't even know what doctors I went to. And that other lady used my insurance. The government would know that. Because you got to think. Oh, and other people in there, all the investigators looked it up, found the reports where Strange pushed her son to suicide. None of this is funny. Oh, I know. All the evidence is there. County records. You just have to find them. They found them in 23. Like, what was it, October 23? Coles and Belden, they announced it. Even found the report from Illinois where my mom reported it in '03. Yeah. So I guess the latest investigators found it yesterday. Said nobody found it funny. It's the federal government. I was talking to this one uh, lady at a dentist office, and I told him about somebody saying that people had CIA jackets on, trying to pull people, ask people for IDs. She started laughing, and I said, "That's a drug cartel." She said, "Absolutely. The government knows who you are and everything about you. They don't need your ID." Absolutely. You gotta think. Did they know about the other lady using my insurance? Yeah. I reported insurance fraud. Did they know that it was medical malpractice, fraud, and medication errors? Yeah. It's documented. Altman Family Physicians in 2002, proven in 2003 when I got well. Then re-documented over and over again when they try to get me to sue them. So would the federal government know that? Absolutely. So what was your involvement in coming in there and saying, it offended us? You sound schizophrenic. Huh? Now I want... How schizophrenic do they sound? It offended us. He called her a faker. It had nothing to do with you. And trying to twist it around for you to get attention to kill people where you're caught is sick and evil. Oh, and if you didn't think that agent realized that, he's a federal employee. Knows what to do when people are trying to scam them. See, one of the other things the cops had came up and said to me, where they said that agent told us he knew everything was dark and photoshopped. And he was mad that those people would actually try to defraud him and try to pull such a scam with him. He was so mean to you on the phone because he wanted to make sure you weren't part of it. He was going to go after him. Then they even said, well, Will knew when he asked Karen if there was a camera above the bench, and she said she didn't know. She wouldn't even say she knew to even save herself. She was honest with him. She honestly didn't know. And she wouldn't even say there was to save herself, because she honestly didn't know. And he knew she wouldn't tell him. Well, of course there's one. Huh? And I kept telling him, I honestly don't know. He knew she wasn't lying to him. She wouldn't even say it to save herself. You know, if they wouldn't have kept me so drugged up there, the real Karen would have said, I don't know, but if you give me an hour, I'll come back and I'll go check. That, seriously. You know, one of these days I'm going to drive up to Ravenna, and none of the riffraff needs to ever show up. I'm going to go in Triangle. I won't look for that damn camera. You know why? Because I want to know. Seriously, want to know. Just to know. But I wouldn't tell him that there was one if I didn't know there was one. You know what I mean? And that's where they said, well, knew Karen wasn't lying. She wouldn't tell that there was a camera above the bench because she didn't honestly know. She wouldn't even say it to save herself. because she didn't know. She wouldn't lie. Now think of that. Hmm? He knew the Vegas were scamming him. Absolutely. Because somebody calling me a mean word, it's 6 months later, has nothing to do with that. Now, think how schizophrenic they sound. It offended us. Him insulting me and making up a mean lie to cover up Tim and Katie affected them in no way or their situation. So, were they lying it even bother them? Absolutely. Absolutely, it couldn't have offended them. Had nothing to do with them. Trying to twist him making up a mean lie on me, trying to get sympathy for them to help their cult get away with murder is demonic and evil. See, girls showed up later. We all knew they were scamming everyone when they made fun of Agent John. Lighthouse. Well, they told you they were scamming everybody in 18, honey. They said they photoshopped all their lies. How more blunt do you have to be? And they drugged me and told me to say all kinds of crazy crap. People said that old man that showed up and said he used sodium pentothal on me is using date rape drugs. Worked for Dave. Threatened to list me a child molester if I left Dave. You know that bruise on your leg, I use sodium pentothal. No, he stuck me with a date rape drug. In my sleep. Do you know how illegal that is? And told me to say wrong nightgown and tushy line. Had Dave DeBonket got away from that freak. Yeah, coming up to me and saying, for every idle word you tell us, I'll turn it on you. Woke up with a big bruise on my leg to run up that morning again. Some weirdo walking up. You know that bruise on your leg? I use sodium pentothal on you. No, he stuck me with a date rape drug in my sleep. He stuck me in my sleep. The freak got in my house and stuck me with a date rape drug in my sleep and came out and confessed in front of the cops. For every idle word you're telling us, I'll turn on you. Try to leave Dave, I'll list your child molester. You know that bruise on your leg? I use sodium pentothal on you. No, he stuck me with date rape drug. Told me to say wrong nightgown and tushy lie. What a stupid lie. Then threatened me again. Got away from that freak. Went home, Dave debunked his dress modestly, and they only seen the back of my knees and made the whole thing up. They said that old ass that was drugging me up before runs around and tells everybody I'm a weirdo. He's the one that's telling everyone it's either him or one of the other Florida drug cartels that's telling them they were Karen's Will from before. Karen's Will from before as a drug dealer. Florida drug dealer. That are that old ass that sticks people in their sleep and breaks in people's homes. They act like it's him running around lying to everyone. They've complained it's that old man that drugged her up before. More for Dave. She's weird. No, I'm not. Your group already confessed they photoshopped a washing scene in the shower and put that in the other room. Cops always knew you never fooled them. Matter of fact, that agent told people you never fooled him either. And the drugs and told us say it. Never fooled them one bit with your drug scam. The real Karen's Will is the FBI agent John, and he is a mean, scary agent that don't like people trying to defraud him. And he said he was going to go after him. And he tricked all, like they were laughing at Alliance, he tricked all those people. Told him he didn't care what happened to him. What happened to her. They thought they left. Got them all confessing under police surveillance. You done playing with the damn polls? hide my money. You all know you told on me before. You all know you don't have the authority to ask anybody to stay quiet. Because otherwise you look like the worst white-collar criminal. Telling on victims, calling for help. Telling cults you don't care they drug, beat, and rape somebody because somebody made up a me lie. You know, that's the most pathetic reason in the world to kill someone. And think about that. And to find out that stranger would have at 03 because he thought I was following Tim and Katie, and that's why the Vegas were in there lying to you. You know, they showed up in like 23, showed up at a vineyard. They are not supposed to drink alcoholic drinks. They ordered them, toasted, smirked at me, and walked out. Saw videos of them toasting. They got away with this here. People were pissed. They sent out videos of them toasting. They got away with this. So, Agent John, the people that defrauded a federal government agent, FBI agent, it's a federal crime. You went back and arrested them, right? Ones that confessed they were trying to were having somebody drugged, beaten, raped, prefer a pathetic lie, and were trying to have someone murdered. You arrested them, right? Conspiracy to commit murder is 20 years. You leave them out, you're leaving out killers. People that hired the human traffickers. Do you know, in 21, it's on Google, 526,000 people in the U.S. were human trafficked. 526,000. Times that, they sell people from 5,000 to 50,000. Average about 25,000. That's trillions of dollars without drugs. Where they say on Google, human trafficking cartels make 12 billion to 41 billion a year. They do selling people. You know, 10 years ago, you didn't hear about all that shit. Now, it's right on Google. 2,900 children on the average in the U.S. go missing. 2,900 a day. A day, without the women. And then I've been seeing on Google where men are coming up missing. Are they taking them to kill them for their organs? Are they joining the cartel? Either way, it's not funny. But they're taking grown men now. That's how not funny this is. They're killing U.S. citizens. And see that scam that Michelle got it? Michelle's a billionaire. She runs a cartel. She has hundreds of people working for her that drive $80,000 to $100,000 vehicles each that do nothing but drive around to find people to sell and sell drugs. And they drive $100,000 vehicles. Like that one girl said, none of us need that money. Why don't they just go ahead and give it to her? They're millionaires by killing U.S. women and children. They have foreign nationals involved. See, that agent would never back and give her money. That's considered almost treason and execution. And she wouldn't need my little $5,000. She probably pays more than that for a dinner. She's a billionaire. And I'll tell you what, you people that worship the Vegas like they're movie stars, and that Michelle, and she's a serial killer. I'll tell you what, you think about famous singers like Rihanna, Taylor Swift, that are million and billionaires. Beyonce. I'll tell you what, they found out you guys were worshiping serial killers and occults that hire them. They'd probably cost you people out. And then say fuck you to the apostolics. You would think you can exploit people in their home? Take videos of people showering and washing in their cell? Huh? Put it in another room and drug somebody and tell them to say something stupid? And sell kiddie porn and you're selling and killing women and children? Fuck you. And then you want something lewd? And they probably do a lewd dance. And then say something about it, bitch. Because they're badass women. They don't take shit from people. Maybe you guys ought to start thinking about it. Rihanna's raunchy dance at the Super Bowl. She don't care what one thing somebody thinks of her, or any of those other famous singers and dancers. I'll tell you what, any movie star either. Because I'll tell you what, drug cartels exploiting people in their homes, you guys all should have been horrified. Not, oh, we're going to help the serial killers get money. Huh? And worship them like they're movie stars and they're killers. I look at you guys like you're all deranged. Hmm? Start having the badass attitude. Tell you what, that federal agent should have bitch slapped the Vegas. Don't you even think you can come in here and manipulate me? Had nothing to do with you. Think you can have somebody killed, drug, beat, and raped because somebody called somebody a faker 15 years ago? It had nothing to do with you? That's pathetic. Should have talked to them like they were grown. They should have arrested him. Waco should have happened here by law. That agent told the police he was going after the drug dealers. Got a lot of human traffickers, saved hundreds of kids. I like my money. Like the police said, because of what you lived through. You need to be proud of yourself. Got all this information on these people. Helped save a lot of lives. So the person that laid their life down was almost murdered, raped, tortured, drugged till they lost 70 pounds, skull crushed in, almost shot driving, had to face the shooting night, drugged till they lost 70 pounds, faced 6 stalkers, lived through a 007 movie. Wasn't you, Agent John, it was me, the little informant. Even the churches getting information on people. Didn't mention all this shit. Oh, and for the drug cartel, the mean girl shouting out. They think it's funny, the people that were helping make sure she got nothing. Why would you help them? The person that almost died to save people. Oh, you're paid off by the cult. A stranger ordered it. Right? You work for the cult. Because why wouldn't you want the person that almost died to save everyone? Get something out of it. Because you work for the cult that's killing people. Right? Oh, and don't insult my boyfriend again. He may be older than me. You know, I may look 40, but I'm 58. I'm going to be 50 in a couple months. I'm 57. Okay? I may look 40, but I'm closer to 60. I look pretty damn good. And for all the ones that ran around and called me ugly, I am not ugly. I'll tell you what, I lose another 10, 15 pounds. I passed for 40 a couple years ago. I had men talk to me on the internet. You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. Even retired sheriffs out of this area asked me to come move in with them and they'd protect me. You're beautiful. It's like, you're a little bit of a creeper. I don't even know you, but thank you. But I had all kinds of men. And I'll tell you what, my boyfriend, it took a lot and a lot of patience because I was hurt so bad and he is so good to me. He does the dishes, he does my laundry. Does your boyfriend treat you that good? And all the other things, and then to make sure, well, we're gonna get married soon. Even when we were just friends, he said I set it up when I pass. I'll make sure you'll never go hungry again. I said, you don't have to do something like that. We're only friends. I actually started stuttering. I hadn't had anybody care about me a long time. He said, oh, my kids have so much. He said, I've given so much over the years. He said, I'm going to make sure you're okay. He had told people he was in love with me for a long time before we started dating. He thought I was beautiful. People would come up and tell me that. And I'll tell you what, his kindness helped heal a lot of hurt in my heart. So what are you making fun of? He bought me a beautiful wedding ring? A beautiful diamond? Huh? Bought me a car. What are you making fun of? Huh? What are you really making fun of? Are you jealous? I got a sweet boyfriend that's an angel. And I stand up for myself to him. If he goes to, even men have their attitudes. Gotta nicely stand up for yourself. It's not okay. And you know what? He honestly cares enough. He stops. So what are you? Jealous? Seriously? That I got somebody who cares if they're a little older? That's good to me and spoils me? What are you, jealous? She ended up with him. So, jealous? Keep your snotty comments. Didn't find somebody to be that good to you? You can kiss my ass. Agent John, I like my money. We all know you told on me. You even told people you didn't care I was being raped. Drugged and beat. Trying to go act like you're going along with strangers, pathetic lie. You never fell for that. You're a federal employee. See where that lady had said, the federal government knows everything about you. Oh, they knew it was a medication error. They knew it was fraud. Medical malpractice. Like people said, the government knew that. The FBI knew that. They want to know what these people are involved in it. It's scary when they thought that they were telling people they paid them to do it to me. It wasn't just them ripping me off. Then it was attempted murder back then. That's scary. Because you do realize, like people said, well, she's a notary. Well, yeah, because they try to tell people, oh, she was found insane. No, it's never found insane. You have to have a competency hearing. I had some lady, they knew about the other lady using my insurance too. And insanity is not curable. And you have to have a competency hearing. You have to have a guardian, a social worker, disability. Can't sign your own paperwork after that. I'm a notary. They lied. Just like they lied I had charges. I have one traffic ticket from 1989. Erase the craziness of this case. I have one traffic ticket. I have nothing. I told my daughter-in-law Jen they were telling people I had charges. She started laughing. She's like, don't they know what you do for a living? You can't even have an accusation. You do realize I have to have an FBI background check to be a notary. I sign and stamp things that stand up in court. I notarize documents. Because you couldn't even sign your own divorce papers. Your guardian had to sign above them. Couldn't sell my house, couldn't have a checking account, couldn't own a car. Get it? Couldn't sign off the Ravenna house. That's how much they're lying. And you can't even have an accusation when you're a DSP. I'm also a notary. Now I want you to think, when I went from my ex-husband Dave was big into guns, concealed carry system I had, okay? To even go through the course, you had to fill out this paper and send it in to the FBI. You had to prove it. It took about 10 days. Okay? You had to be, like, several papers, prove who you are. Okay? For you to go through the concealed carry course. They had to prove it. I don't carry a gun. I haven't even owned one in years. When I did carry one, because Dave, very demanding, carried an empty one most of the time. Kept the clip in another part of my purse, had the concealed carry. Kept the gun separate. The police came up to me, why you won't carry a clip and gun. You don't have it in you to shoot someone. I'm like, would you please tell people I'm mean and scary? Not that I'm an easy target. I have no problem hitting somebody with my purse out. It had a weight in it. But I haven't done that yet either. But I told Dave to be a weirdo that he was afraid of that pulled in next. I said, oh my God, Karen, get your gun. Where's your gun? It's not together. On that grocery like, get in the car. Oh my God, you don't know what's going on. I'm like, no. People are walking by and he's acting like a damn fool. Guy just pulled in next to us and he freaked out. Thought it was one of those idiots he hired. I'm putting the groceries in the car and he's screaming, digging through my purse. Where's that gun? It's in a secret compartment. Like it's not together. I'm putting the groceries. He's like, get in the car. Oh my God, get in the car. It's like I was scared of him beating him with my purse. Boy, did the police have a good laugh at that one. They were laughing days later. She told him to beat him with her purse. I know, come on, we can't be seen with her. But I don't even know. I haven't known one in years. I can carry one if I want to, but why would I? They're happy. And I don't carry a clip in the gun, so what would be the point? Huh? I mean, if I wanted to, I could, but I don't want to. I haven't owned one for years. But these people are ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And their insanity of thinking what they can do to someone. Now, I want to know, besides you people announcing you work for the cult and saying we're to make sure she got nothing. Well, stranger to that, so you work for the cult. Because the person that almost died to save their family, why wouldn't you want them to get something? And then why would you want Dave to get anything? See, they thought if they made up all this ridiculousness, it could get me arrested. They thought the police and the FBI were stupid. And then Dave wouldn't have to pay my alimony. Well, sweetheart, the only thing that stops the alimony is my marriage. You should have been like that drug cartel guy. Set her up with dates, get her ready to get married time the divorce is over. You know why? You didn't want Dave to pay alimony. It's the only thing that stops it. It would still go into my account. So your stupid scam of thinking I wouldn't get alimony if you did something like that wouldn't stop it. See, our cults are like abusive men. They'd rather kill you or destroy you before they'll let you go. Because if they weren't a cult, would they say or do anything to you? No. Because they're God-fearing people. They're not God-fearing people. They're possessed. They're evil, Satan, godless people. Even investigators, we all know the people that did this to her are godless. The apostolic churches are godless. Some investigator called them nothing but pure evil. are. Pure evil. And when you start looking at them, but nothing but killers, what are you doing? Now think about that. I mean, I look at people, and where that guy said, some FBI agent said he didn't care that they were drug being raped because they went in and told that agent how it made them feel when that minister called them a faker. What? They didn't affect them at all, they were lying. You know, I told you about when Dee's dad was still alive, Charles Hall. Okay? His first wife died, and he married Wanda right away. And then within, a year or so, he had dementia, real bad. And she found out she had cancer. And she had to start going through chemo. And they were giving her such heavy chemo, she lost all her hair real quick. Because she was stage 4 when they found it. Okay? Well, she needed those boys to take care of their dad. Well, she got so bad she couldn't take care of him anymore. He'd wander off and everything else. And he had fell at Taco Bell, and he was having a hard time walking too. She needed to put him in a nursing home. And he sorry, I heard something really loud. A nursing home, okay? And she went to sign his little house he had in Canton over to the nursing home. Found out it had been switched into Jerry and Charles's name. They asked him what he did. He said, I don't remember signing it. He said, I took a drink once, and I remember being hit. The social worker documented it. She got an attorney and had us threaten to put those boys in jail. They're grown-ass men. Doing that to their elderly father. It was really bad. She got it back in time to put him in a nursing home. And before he passed, when he passed, she called Dave. She said, I will not have those boys touch my husband. You either go down to the funeral home and pick out the arrangement. You're to spend, I think up to $6,000. Now, it's 1990, okay? That's a lot of money back then. It's worth like 3,000 more. I mean, not 3,000 more, but 3 times this much. It'd be like 15,000 right now. 14, 15,000. Okay? She said, his only request is to make sure the casket seals. But if you tell them, I'll cancel everything and send my own son down there, I will not have them make one decision on my husband after what they did. So we went down, we picked out the casket and then the vault that it sits in, okay? And then we went over to a florist. We picked out a giant thing of carnations, and then a big wreath of roses, and a couple of things. We spent several $100s, and out of our own money, right? my mother, because she didn't have the money at the time, because she had to wait for the insurance money to come in. My mother gave her $400 to open the grave because he had already had a grave set paid for him and his first wife. They went down there and went to try to throw a stink at the funeral home. They said, well, if you want to pay for more, we'll upgrade. They didn't want to pay for it. They just want to add to it. Okay? Well, Vegas showed up at the calling hours, walked up, took his knuckle like this, while his dad's laying in the casket in front of people. It's cheap. While Dave's standing over his dad crying, knocked on it real hard. It was 1990. Dave said, I never got over him doing that. He did it because Barb and them went and complained that we picked it up. It wasn't cheap. Just for the vault and the casket was like what you would pay 15 grand now. It's not exotic, but it wasn't cheap. And to do something so evil? Yeah. And disrespectful to his father and him and Wanda? We were set within a guideline on what to spend. It was like right down the middle of what they had in that funeral home. And then we bought that vault to go in it. We were told to pick out within the amount. And I googled how much it would be now. It would be like 15 grand just for a casket in a vault. That's quite a decent amount of money. It's not the highest end, but it's not cheap. And him to do that, he's that kind of sicko. Total disrespectful. Get the idea? Went up and knocked on a casket real loud. It's cheap. In front of people. It wasn't cheap. Dave said I was so horrified. He hated him for a long time for doing it. Just respect my father laying in that casket. Oh yeah, and I made sure Wanda paid for it. I kept calling her because we have a sign for it. And we had 3 kids. And Danny was about 2. Then we made Joshy 4 and John 6. We didn't have that kind of money just to put into that. She was the beneficiary of the life insurance. She had a $10,000 life insurance. And that's why she told us to stay within the amount. Now, get the idea? Is that disrespectful years and years before? Gotta think Tyler was only about a year old by then. And to walk up and make a scene at a calling hours like that. Because they went and cried that they picked it out. Well, we had to. There was only so many per, like how much they cost that you could pick out from. She picked out the funeral home, told us to go in and stay within the amount, and we did. And it wasn't the cheapest one there, trust me. As I could call her, because we had to sign for it. Did you get the money to pay the funeral home off? I was almost afraid we were going to get stuck paying for everything. And you know what those idiots did? They went down to the florist, added like pillows and other stuff. We had a loan. We had to go redo our loan to pay it off. Just for the florist. They didn't even pay for the flowers. We did. Get it? And him to show up and make a scene, he had nothing to do with that either. Oh, Dave didn't talk to his brothers for a while. You know, when he died, they went into probate. Okay, them stealing that man's house, they only got 12 grand when it sold. They each got 3,000 each. Jerry walked up and laid a penny down and said he won't get a penny more than my brother. Yeah, they didn't talk for years. His brothers were way out of line. If you even follow Charles Hall when he died, the nursing home, there's an attorney going after that house. Because he drugged him up and beat on him till he signed it over to him. His brothers pulled that shit with his dad in 1990. Now you start thinking about what you're backing, people. They hired the Florida human traffickers, and you guys thinking Michelle got my money? That federal agent would never give it to her. That's almost treason. Financing, killing U.S. women and children. Yeah, and with there being Iraqi and a Russian involved, that's pretty close to treason. Yeah, he wouldn't do that. She never got it. She don't need it. She's a billionaire because she's a killer. Why don't you turn her in and stop her before she starts killing again, or while she is killing? Told you the Texas group instead of the Florida group is up in Fairlawn. Been telling you guys that for a year. I haven't got it. People that work for the king. Still working for the king. I'm gonna upload this. I am very tired. Now you think of that occult in extremes. The FBI agent, you do realize when I came across his desk, he went through all the family. Danny showed up. What showed up with Danny? He's got his concealed carry. He used to own a gun business, and so he's got license from the government to sell guns, sell firearms and ammunition. Then you go back further. Wow, 2003, 2004. He's at the crisis center. That agent already knew that Strange person was suicide. Oh, my mother making a report. Strange taking him. Danny's report to the social workers that Strange took him, screamed at him, starved him all day, screamed at him in the pulpit till he passed out, and screamed at him till he did what he was told, and that's why he tried to kill himself at 14. Was in counseling for 2 years. Oh yeah, that all popped up. Well, it also popped up that I went to my family physicians, and they documented, verified, and proven that it was medical malpractice, fraud, and medication errors. Almost killed me. Like they said, the government always knew that. They want to know what these people's involvement of those doctors defrauded me and almost killed me. Gee, you guys confessed you paid them to do it. See, Agent John, I guess they didn't take your advice. Admit to no wrongdoing and I'll take care of everything in the end. Isn't that the answer? Like my money. We all know you told on me before you talked to me. For the hotline, everybody knows it. The police document it. They sold the login. Everybody knows. We all know you don't have the authority. We all know it's not in the quarter. You're bullshitting. It's for working the case, and my God, did I get your information. You know, it was to the point at times I actually started Googling. It seemed like everywhere I went, people were confessing to crimes. I'm like, dear God, I wish they had stopped. Then I just start laughing about it. It's like I don't even people were complaining. They're like, people confess to crimes around her all the time. She don't even have to try to get them to confess. I know. They were breaking their crimes. I just have to walk around there just being, I'm like, dear Lord. Yeah. Got a lot of people. A lot of bad guys. Like they say, we all know Karen's School is still open. And it's part of the nationwide human trafficking scam. FBI nationwide human trafficking scam. Google it. Those pages. They're a big piece of it. And they were caught on the police surveillance here. So, we're not going to ever repeat drugs and told us that before by the Florida Drug Cartel. Or photoshopped of washing yourself in the shower to make you look weird in another room. That's sick. And it was done by the Florida Drug Cartel. Pulling a drug scam here. Drugs and told us that photoshopping and washing yourself in the shower. They already confessed. Made fun of everyone. Made fun of the FBI. We're not going to repeat a Florida drug cartel scam. Right? So how'd you turn them in? And you turned in everything you know about Michelle so they can arrest her. Right? And you're going to go arrest her, right, isn't it, John? For being a serial killer. There's an order from the president. Anybody part of a cartel, you're to arrest him. Got one of the big ones right around here. Got the Kingsman from Texas up in Maryland. Want to take a main human trafficker out? I already got her father. Like my money. I'm tired. I'm gonna upload this. I need to help my family. And I don't want to hear about Melissa's lies anymore either. Like they said, she needs to go to jail for obstruction to justice. Oh yeah, an accessory to all this. I don't want to hear about that bitch's lies. Like they said, the police documented it. And they taped her telling the kids to lie, the kids stating they were lying. I was down in Carrollton. People were complaining. They were down there trying to pull that scam down there. Called the police looked it up. Those kids were taped saying they were lying. Well, the mother was taped telling them to lie too. And that they were gangs of pretend. I don't want to hear about that bitch. I don't want to hear about drugs and told us that. And I don't want to hear about a shower scene. And I don't want to hear about some fucking Florida human trafficker photoshopping me washing in the shower in another room. Running around telling everybody, oh, she's weird with us. I wasn't weird with myself. He's a weirdo out taping women in their shower. And a sexual predator. Selling kiddie porn to little kids going potty. And running drug scams on people. And having people being raped in their home. He's a human trafficker running scams. I don't want to hear about some Florida drug cartel, how he exploited me. Ran a drug scam on me. You idiots, for some reason, think it's funny that cartels running scams on people. Huh? Or do I need to tell the police where to find a picture of you saying that so they can get you for being part of the cartel? You want to play? Because I report every time one of you idiots say something to me. And that way you could be checked out to see what your part of the cartel is involved. And Michelle never got my money. I'll tell you that. She's a billionaire. 12 billion to 41 billion human trafficking cartels make per year. They sell drugs, people, women and children for sex slaves and to be murdered. She's a serial killer. Realize what you're rooting on. Stop idolizing people that are killing people. Stop worshiping them like they're movie stars and they're nothing but killers. What the hell's wrong with you? My money, Agent Dog. I don't want to hear about a Florida drug cartel scam again. Hmm?